Hello, everyone, and welcome to EduMatch. So follow along with us on Twitter using the hashtag EduMatch, as well as on our podcast site. You can watch live with this interview going down at 2 o'clock Eastern, 11 o'clock Pacific with Snehal Bhakta. So we're about to jump in. So let me tell you a little bit about Snehal before we go ahead and go live. So Snehal has worked in business and technology consulting for 15 years prior to entering the education space. When an opportunity presented itself for him to develop his own program at a career and technical academy in Clark County School District, he welcomed the opportunity to fuel his passion of helping others and working with tomorrow's leaders. Currently, he's employed within the Career and Technical Education Department of Clark County School District, the fifth largest school district in the country, focusing on business and marketing and information and media technology career clusters. He has worked on projects related to increasing student and community participation with National Job Shadow Day, promotion and growth of career tech student organizations, started the hashtag Girls in Tech and hashtag Girls in STEM initiative within CCSD, and continues to bring innovative educational and technological practices to students, teachers, and administrators. Now, with all this going down, in his free time, he enjoys watching movies, spending time with his daughter, and learning about anything related to technology. So, Snehal, welcome to EduMatch, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Sarah, and thank you, EduMatch, for allowing me to come and share some of the great things we're doing here in Clark County School District.
Awesome. Super excited to hear all about it. So, just a quick question so that people can familiarize themselves with you if they don't know you already. What's your background and who or what inspired you to go into education?
Sure. My background is I actually come from the corporate world. So like you said earlier, I worked in the corporate world for about 15 years before I met someone at a networking event that kind of shared this opportunity to jump into education, and I have completely loved that opportunity. I always tell people I'm living the dream. It's been a tremendous opportunity both for me as well as for everyone personally and professionally. So I just really love what I do there with education, and think that's it.
Well, that is awesome, and it's great that you came to this field because we appreciate everything that you do. So definitely. So what's fueling this passion of yours to increase the numbers of girls in STEM and technology?
I think one of the biggest things that really kind of motivates me with that is the fact that I have a daughter. And I never want anyone to ever tell her that growing up that she can't do anything because she's female. So I think that personal connection has really driven me. And plus, I grew up in the technology industry. So when I was in high school and college, there was only like one or two female students there with me. So I saw it firsthand, the gender disparity there. So I think both personally and professionally, it really means a lot to me to really kind of ensure that all students, especially those female students, are aware of those careers in technology and STEM that are available to them, and that if it's something that they have a passion for, that they definitely can pursue.
Absolutely. And how old's your daughter, and what grade is she going into?
She is in 11th grade, or not 11th grade. She's 11 years old, and she started 6th grade middle school. Man, she's growing up fast, and she's just a fireball of energy.
Oh yeah, time really does fly. So I totally feel you on that. So absolutely. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about your initiatives through your county that you do to increase the number of girls in technology and STEM. So could you tell us a little bit about the origins and how you rolled them out, like in such a big district?
Sure. So it was almost about 3 years ago when I first got hired onto this role that I'm currently at. I work in the Career and Technical Education Department of Clark County School District, the fifth largest in the country. And through a grant through Carl Perkins, we were able to secure funding to basically help promote our female students in those non-traditional careers. It was a specific grant designed to basically encourage those female students to pursue careers that they may not be aware of, careers in technology and STEM. So that's how the initiative started. We started with one event back, I believe it was in I think January. We started an event and have since grown. We've had probably about 14 different events over the last 2.5 years. Really impacted nearly 2,000 middle and high school female students. So, and just providing them that opportunity. One thing that I firmly believe, as we plan these events and do these different programs is, our goal isn't necessarily to increase the number of students pursuing those classes, but our goal is to help them overcome that fear and help them build their confidence, so that if this is something that they want to, they've overcome that fear and is successful in that program. So that's kind of how it got started, and kind of how it's kind of ballooned from there. And then each year we seem to be adding more stuff, more initiatives, and that to the program.
All right, that's cool. So what kinds of things do you do with these students? So like what kinds of things are they doing in these different programs?
Perfect. Yeah. So it's not perfect, but a great question. Some at most of our events, we have the girls get hands-on with the equipment, hands-on with the software, and really kind of provided in a fun activity, fun environment. We want them, once again, to overcome that fear and that build that confidence. So we want them hands-on with the equipment. And keep in mind, it's all girls. One of our events, we had 200 middle school girls from 6th, 7th, and 8th grade visit one of our high schools. They rotated through 3 different activities, and just absolutely loved it. One activity that's always been one of my personal favorites is I had a science teacher ask about if she could do an activity around a DNA necklace, and as soon as she said that, I was like, oh, that's totally going to be the #1 session of the day. So, and basically the girls got an opportunity to kind of take some of their DNA, take some of their skin cells, and create a DNA necklace, and it was just really cool to see them learn about the science of DNA and stuff, and in that safe environment, and really get their excitement, their passion going about STEM, different STEM careers and technology careers that are out there.
That sounds amazing. That DNA necklace. So you said that they took their cells and they made a necklace out of it?
Yeah. So they had some chemicals, and you know what? I don't understand all the science about it, but though, if anything, it was just super cool, and they actually put in a small little crystal, and that was their takeaway from the day. And those events and activities are just one component of the day. We also like to have a keynote speaker come in and kind of motivate and inspire the girls. We usually get someone from the industry, a in science and technology, to come and speak to the girls in the beginning. Oh, and I forgot to mention, one of the best parts of my day is during lunch. Not only are we feeding all these female students, but we actually have a Q&A panel of females from the industry that work in IT and STEM, just there to answer questions that the girls may. And it's just, I love some of the questions they ask. One of the questions they asked one of the professionals was, can you wear a dress every day to work? And just different types of questions that just kind of really kind of tells you what these girls are thinking, and how if we're gonna bridge that gender gap and get more female professionals in IT and STEM related careers, how are we going to get there? So it's just a tremendous opportunity, and I always leave the day feeling inspired, as well as I'm sure all the girls do as well.
That is super cool. And it sounds like it really hits home. So that is just awesome. I love the fact that they get to ask questions, whatever's on their mind, they get to ask them in that safe environment. So that's fantastic. So you also, you all have partnered with the NCWIT, so the National Center for Women in Information Technology. So could you tell us a little bit about what they do and how you became an affiliate of their organization?
Sure. So after our first year, 2 years ago, we had 4 events. We had about 800 girls attend our events. So I was thinking during the summer, last summer, how can we continue to support these young women that are going into high school now, that make that a choice to pursue a career in technology and STEM, and that's where NCWIT came into place. So NCWIT, National Center for Women in Information Technology, they provide what's an award called the Aspirations in Computing Award. And we just this past Friday on September 1st, applications opened up nationwide. So as a local affiliate, we're able to offer that to any high school age student as well as college age student looking or female student looking to pursue careers in IT and STEM. And it's an opportunity for us to recognize those young students pursuing those careers, but it also provides those female students a network that they can access, a support network that, as they're going through their academic career, if they have a question or maybe they're having a tough time in a particular class or something like that, it really provides them that support that they may not have had access to. So I love that aspect of it. And there's so many other things that NCWIT does. So this is our second year. So last year we were able to recognize 12 young women at our high schools that are pursuing careers in IT and STEM. And this year, I'm excited that we'll also be able to include those collegiate young women as well that are pursuing those careers. And it's just a tremendous opportunity for them to have recognition. And we were fortunate to recognize the 12 young women this year. We acted with the Las Vegas Community Tech Fund, and they host the Las Vegas Women in Tech Awards. So on the same stage that they recognized current female professionals in the industry, we were able to recognize the next generation of leaders. So it was just a tremendous opportunity. We had about over 200 attendees at that event, and we're having a planning meeting next week. I think we're all expecting 300 to 400 attendees at the next event. So just super excited about the opportunity and that partnership with NCWIT.
Wow, that is fantastic. And that must have been such a powerful experience for the 12 awardees, to be recognized alongside other women who are in the field, like currently doing things. So that's just fantastic. And I also love what you said about the mentorship and the network to be able to, ask questions, because, as we're seeing in EduMatch, and that is just so important to be able to have that networking and that communication. So really, really love it. All right. So if there are any other schools or districts or counties that are looking to kind of take tips away from you, what would be your recommendations? Like, how can we leverage these community resources in order to do just that?
I think I just want to make sure I heard your question. Just how other school districts can get involved or help increase the number of girls in tech and STEM. I think one thing in education, we have to realize we're not alone. It's got to be a collaborative effort. I feel very fortunate that I've reached the local community, local organizations, both for-profit, non-profit, corporate entities, to really kind of support this. Obviously, it makes sense to reach out to any technology companies that are within your school district, as well as companies that focus on STEM careers. But I think engaging them and engaging the schools and engaging other folks in the community, especially elected officials. We were fortunate enough just a couple of weeks ago. So last year we added NCWIT in the Aspiration Award. So this year we actually added an initiative called Tecnolochicas. And what Chicas does is it focuses specifically on the young Latina student as well as their families. And here in Southern Nevada, we have a huge Hispanic American population. So we're excited to roll that out. And Senator Catherine Cortez Masto actually helped us on August 16th. And if you did not know, she is the first Hispanic Latina senator to be elected to the U.S. Senate. So that was super awesome to have her come and kick off that event and really kind of support that. So hopefully throughout the school year, we're going to have Saturday events, not only to inform those young Latina students about have in IT and STEM, but also to educate their families as well. Because I think a lot of times it goes back to the family culture and how society has always been that, these careers are for men, these careers are for women. And to some degree, we're trying to, overcome challenge or overcome those barriers that people think that certain careers are designed for a specific gender, when really, if anyone puts their mind to it, they can accomplish, or they can be successful in whatever career they choose.
Absolutely. So definitely shattering those walls and those ceilings. And I love how you said bringing in the parents as well, because I mean that's one very crucial part. Like the parents and the students themselves, are like probably the most important stakeholders, when it comes to everything. So so that is awesome. Everything that you do. So wonderful. And I also love how you said about reaching out to the elected officials. So kudos to you all for everything that you do. So shifting gears
Thank you.
slightly, yeah, it's a pleasure. So just kind of shifting gears slightly, you are also a very connected educator, and you create spaces for other educators to dialogue and to communicate. And you built a powerful community through NV EdChat. So could you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So Nevada Ed Chat, or hashtag NV Ed Chat, this was something I started, I think it's going on almost 4 years now. And it was one of those things, as I was using social media, using Twitter to connect with other educators and people around the country, to really help support, when I was in the room, my students, I realized that Nevada didn't have a regular chat going on. So that's when if someone's going to start it, hey, let's do it. So I went ahead and started Nevada Ed Chat, and it's something that's been tremendous. As educators, we all do things just because it's the right thing to do, and I think it was the right thing for me to start Nevada Ed Chat. I mean, no one pays me to do it. No one tells me to do it or anything like that. It's just something I do. One, I just feel a strong passion of sharing and providing an avenue for educators to share ideas, resources, especially here in Nevada, but even nationwide as well. So the first couple of years Nevada Ed Chat, we were sharing, and we'd have people come on and off, but really now to this point, I kind of reflected back of the last few years of Nevada Ed Chat, and now getting guest moderators to come in. I mean, we've had moderators from all across the country, and if I'm not mistaken, we also had Sarah moderate last year as well. So I'm all for having other people come in and share their ideas, because I think that's the whole point of Twitter chats, and what we're doing here right now with EduMatch is sharing ideas. Ultimately we're stronger together. We're stronger when we collaborate, work together. So that's why I'm really passionate about Nevada Ed Chat. Just to drop a PSA, we're Monday nights at 7 p.m. for the most part, Pacific Standard Time. So everyone welcome. I know maybe a little late for some of those East Coast folks, but we do have a couple East Coast folks that join each and every week. So unfortunately, there's Nevada Ed Chat tomorrow because of Labor Day, but we will be back with a guest moderator next week on September, whatever date Monday September is. So September 11th. So.
Awesome. That is fantastic. And yeah, thank you again for that opportunity last year. That was definitely a blast. It was a blast meeting you face to face last year at Q Nevada as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, so absolutely. All right. So what else is on your calendar for the upcoming school year? What other projects and initiatives are you going to be working on?
Well, I think I touched upon the newest one, the Techno Chicas, where we're going to be focused on the young Latina students in our school district. Here on October 4th, we actually have a dedication ceremony. We renovated one of our high schools to be more of a career and tech academy and a STEM center. So we're going to do a dedication for Simra Memorial's Merit Academy, and a part of that dedication, we're going to have a Girls in STEM event. We're going to invite about 100 girls from middle school to come and attend that event. And I'm going to share the secret piece of news about that event, but it looks like very close to having a female National Geographic explorer come into town to actually keynote that event and actually host some session. Super excited about that. I've been told I can't announce a name until it's officially confirmed, but it looks really, really good, and hopefully this next week we'll be able to announce that person. So that's a couple of the events. And I forgot to even mention this. So back in August. And one thing that I think is interesting is that everyone thinks educators, we get summer off, but that is definitely not the case. I mean, I know all educators, we're doing professional development, we're planning, we're working. So besides having the technical event the first week of school, the week before school started, I was actually able to plan an all girls in tech, all girls in STEM camp. It was a 5-day camp, and I did that with a partnership with the Girl Scouts of Southern Nevada and ID Tech Camp. So it was a collaborative effort. It's the first ever all girls camp focused on technology and STEM in Southern Nevada. So super excited about that. We had about 40 girls participate, and actually the third day of camp, I actually had one of the parents ask me, how can I sign up for next summer? And we weren't even finished with the camp yet, and they already wanted to sign up for next summer. So it was just one of those things where there's that demand, and I really think across the country, hosting those types of camps during the summer is just super powerful. Experience girls in a safe environment to really kind of explore, learn something new. So really excited about having next summer 3 to 4 weeks of those camps, offering it to many more individuals. So those are some of the events that we have coming on. We're still going to continue to do the Girls in Tech, Girls in STEM events, continue to promote those events and do some different around that. So just super, super excited. Oh, and I do want to mention as well, with NC, one of our Aspirations Awards winners from last year, I worked with her to apply for a grant this summer, and we just found out 2 weeks ago she received a grant to run Saturday workshops, and she's going to be helping girls learn how to code through the Arduino chipboard. So I'm super excited that she received that grant, and then I was able to be a part of it and help support her. So, and really excited that she's going to be offering that camp. So because that I think speaks to that peer mentorship model. And she's a senior in high school, so she's going to be having a camp for middle school and high school girls for them to attend. So just super excited about that. And I'm sure I'm forgetting something else that I'm doing, but that's everything I can remember for right now.
That is awesome. Just so much awesomeness coming down the pike. So really excited to find out who that secret person is. So definitely we'll stay posted, seeing that also on the back channel on the YouTube live. So that is just super awesome. So congrats to you as well as to CCSD. And one more question for you. So how can people get in touch with you online if they want to connect with you or ask you some more questions?
Oh yeah, definitely. So obviously Twitter is great. I'm on Twitter almost every single day. Twitter handle is just stocks, and I'll spell it for you. It's S as in Sam, NEH, S as in Sam, TOCK, S as in Sam. So just Snehal Stocks. And actually, if I can share, there's a quick story behind why it says Snehal Stocks. So, I had mentioned, I kind of grew up in technology. I was a computer engineer coming out of college. And what I did was, and this is going to date how old I am, I was one of the first 10,000 people to sign up for a Yahoo account when Yahoo first got created back in the early 90s. And I was coming out of college, and the reason why I created a Yahoo account is coming out of college, I started investing some of the money I was making in the stock market. So I was like, okay, so when they asked me what I wanted my username to be in Yahoo, I was like, well, I was going to use it to track stocks. So I said Snehal Stocks. So that's why my Twitter handle, I still have my Yahoo email, and that's kind of my branding that I use now is just Snehal Stocks. Now I've kind of evolved it when people ask me about, why Snehal Stocks? And I was like, well, I'm stockpile share and knowledge to share, so I kind of say something like that. So, but Twitter is a great way to get a hold of me, and email as well. So my email address is B as in boy, HAKT, S as in Sam, the @ symbol, NV.CC snehals.net. So those are probably the two best ways to get a hold of me. Worst case, you can always contact Sarah, and she knows how to get in touch with me as well. Yeah, so I'm always, I love to connect with other educators, sharing ideas, sharing resources, different things. I'm a huge proponent of using Google Drive and sharing files and folders. In fact, on my Google Drive, I think I surpassed the 100 gigabyte platform on Google Drive. So I'm so glad that we have unlimited storage on Google Drive.
Absolutely. Yeah, you and me, we're in that same boat. So thank goodness for that unlimited storage. So that is awesome. So thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us today and sharing what you're doing with your district and all of the awesome projects that you are working on. So also wanted to thank everybody that we have on Twitter tweeting along with us, as well as on YouTube Live with the comments. So I see you, Peggy, Rochelle. Let me see who else is on there. I saw Valerie. I saw who else did I see? I saw a bunch of people just kind of chiming in. Katie, so shout out to all of you as well as anyone I may have missed. So great seeing you also. This will be available as a podcast within the next few weeks on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and anywhere else that you just find your podcasts. We're also going to have a couple of opportunities to extend your learning through Flipgrid Reflection as well as a blog. So keep an eye out for that. That's going to be dropped probably within the next 2 days using the hashtag EduMatch. So this week we are taking a week off of our regular scheduled tweet and talk time, 6 p.m. Eastern. Actually, next week we're taking that off too because that's my birthday. So I'm probably going to be out with the family. So definitely just having a good time. But we will be back on Monday, September 11th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time with John Carippo of Q. So definitely come back and check us out, podcasts.edumatch.org/tweet talk. And on the 17th, we'll be back with our regular tweet and talk with Desiree Alexander. So check us out at that time. So if you're interested in being a panelist, just go to podcasts with an s.edumatch.org/sign up. So that's about it for us, folks. So thanks so much for joining us, and everyone have a wonderful Labor Day weekend and a wonderful week. So take care.
Great. Thank you, Sarah.
All right. Thank you, Snehal.